In this video, I'm going to show you 5 simple but effective anti-aging stretches that will help you look and feel younger for years to come. You'll learn about how each stretch benefits your body and helps you stay active as you age, and I'll explain exactly how to do each one properly. Make sure you stick around till the end for a bonus stretch that'll push you toward even better mobility. How often have you felt tightness in your hips, glutes, and lower back? This is a common issue for people of all ages because so much of daily life involves sitting, whether you're behind a computer or at the wheel of a car. But it becomes even more of a problem as we age. The less active you are, the more your muscles tend to tighten up and your joints feel stiff. That's where this first stretch helps relieve the side effects of aging. The figure 4 stretch targets the glutes, hips, and lower back. Tight hips and glutes can contribute to lower back pain, a common complaint among adults. I'll be showing you more hip stretches later on in this video, but this one's a good all-around lower body stretch to get started on because it helps loosen the hips, lengthen the spine, and promote better posture, things I'm sure we could all use a little bit of. To do the figure 4 stretch, lie on your back and cross your right leg over your left knee. Then use both hands to pull back on your left thigh, stretching your right glute and hamstring as you pull your legs back towards your chest. Hold this stretch for 20 to 30 seconds, then repeat with the other leg. When doing this stretch, avoid lifting your head and shoulders off the ground. Focus on pulling your leg back as far as you can without feeling any pain, and keep your back flat on the floor. That hip tightness I mentioned before, it can make everything from sitting and squatting to climbing stairs and playing sports uncomfortable, and aging tends to make hip mobility even worse. Stretching your hip abductors will help you maintain hip flexibility and reduce stiffness and discomfort. That way, every time you get out of a chair, you'll find it a bit less of a pain. You can loosen up those hips to improve your stability and balance by doing the seated hip abductor stretch, also called the butterfly stretch. To do this simple but effective stretch, sit on the floor with your legs extended. Then bring the soles of your feet together and pull your feet towards you, letting your knees fall to the side. You can increase the tension by gently leaning towards or pressing down on your inner thighs, but you shouldn't feel any pain while doing this. This one is a personal favorite of mine and feels absolutely amazing. In a minute, I'll show you another stretch that'll improve stability and balance by working the inner thigh muscles. But first, here's an effective stretch that targets the hip flexors and can reduce the risk of muscle strains and injuries that come with age. Tight hip flexors can limit the range of motion in the hips, making activities like walking and climbing stairs challenging. The kneeling hip flexor stretch will help you feel younger and more flexible in just a few minutes a day. The hip flexors are the muscles on the front of your upper thighs and are involved in stabilizing your hips and rotating your pelvis. Stretching the hip flexors helps prevent injuries by keeping the muscles supple and ready for movement. In addition, healthy hip flexors contribute to proper pelvic alignment, reducing strain on the lower back and improving posture. To do this stretch, simply start in a kneeling position on a mat or carpet. Place your hands on the front of your thigh and slowly lean forward. Bend your front knee and feel the stretch in the other thigh as you lean. Don't lean too far forward though, we don't want to feel any pain in our front knee. You only need to lean forward a few inches to start to feel the stretch in your hips. If you're getting value so far, be sure to smash those like and subscribe buttons down below. It's a simple way for you to support the channel and have more people see the video. Okay, let's move forward to our 4th stretch that I'm willing to bet you've never seen before. Again, aging often leads to decreased flexibility in the groin and inner thigh area because it's an area that we don't directly work all that much. The frog stretch, however, targets these inner thighs and groin muscles, where the adductors are important for pulling your legs together and moving your hips and knees towards each other. If you're kicking a soccer ball with the inside of your foot or crouching to pick something up, you're using your inner thigh muscles. The frog stretch is also a popular yoga pose because it's so effective at opening up the pelvic area. In addition to improving flexibility in this area, stretching the inner thighs helps promote blood flow through your lower body. Healthy circulation is vital for tissue repair and overall vitality. To do the frog stretch, start in a kneeling position with your hands on the ground in front of you. Next, slowly spread your knees as wide as comfortable. Then, slowly lower your upper body towards the floor. You'll feel the stretch in your inner thighs. You can then start slowly rocking back and forth to work the muscles while stretching them. Trust me, if you've never done this before, it will feel very uncomfortable the first couple of times you do it, but it will be well worth it. When doing the frog stretch, avoid forcing your knees apart beyond what's comfortable, especially if you feel stiff or you're just starting out. Don't forget to listen to your body and don't push yourself too far. Also, don't let your lower back drop towards the floor. Keep your core engaged and your back flat. This stretch is perfect to reverse those negative side effects of spending long hours sitting at a desk or simply experiencing the natural tightness related to aging. The piriformis stretch targets the piriformis muscle, located deep in the glutes. Sometimes people have issues with the piriformis muscle caused by a sedentary lifestyle, where they don't get enough activity or an injury related to sports or too much vigorous activity. The piriformis muscle can irritate the sciatic nerve when tight, leading to sciatica pain, a common issue among older adults. Luckily, regularly stretching this muscle can alleviate and prevent sciatic pain. For those who enjoy physical activities like running, cycling, or gardening and want to continue doing these activities safely as they age, a flexible piriformis muscle is crucial for improving performance and reducing the risk of injuries. To do the piriformis stretch, start by sitting on the floor. Engage your abs to sit up straight. Next, cross your left leg over your right and gently pull your left knee towards you. Rest your left ankle on top of your right knee and hold the position for 20 to 30 seconds. The most important part of this stretch is that you sit up straight while you do it. Avoid pulling so hard on your leg that you feel pain. Simply stretch the muscles as far as you can with good form. Over time, you'll be able to hold the position longer. Effective stretching is as much about consistency as it is about proper form. I'm sure you're probably wondering how many times a week you should be doing these. To enjoy the anti-aging benefits of these 5 stretches, you'll want to do them several times per week for at least 30 seconds each. Especially if you haven't stretched before. You may want to start by alternating days so that you have 3 stretching days and 2 rest days. As you become more comfortable with the stretches, you can do them every day, either as part of a gym routine or simply at home. You can combine several or all of these stretches for each session, but remember, don't overdo it. Now it's time for that bonus stretch I promised you. So, once you're comfortable with all 5 of the stretches we discussed in this video, you can try this slightly more advanced lower body stretch called the 90-90 stretch. I personally have difficulty getting into this stretch myself, and I'm only 26 years old. But don't worry, once you've mastered the previous 5 stretches, you should be able to do this one no problem. The 90-90 stretch targets the hips and glutes, and it's a very effective way to improve joint mobility and overall flexibility. Maintaining hip mobility is crucial for maintaining independence and functionality as we age. This stretch uses both external and internal rotation to really loosen up your hips and improve your range of motion. Whether you are playing recreational sports or simply interested in staying active and playing with children and grandchildren after retirement, flexible hips contribute to better performance and reduce the risk of injuries. You can counteract the effects of sitting by opening up the hips and improving overall mobility. The 90-90 stretch is named after the 90-degree angles you'll form with your legs. This is a difficult position to hold, especially if your muscles are tight. But once you've gotten used to the other stretches and begun to feel looser, you'll be able to incorporate this into your routine with confidence. To do the 90-90 stretch, start by sitting on a mat or carpet. Bend one leg in front of you at a 90-degree angle, and bend the other leg behind you, also at a 90-degree angle. You'll feel a deep stretch in your hips and thighs. By regularly practicing the 90-90 stretch, you'll maintain functional movement patterns, prevent hip tightness, and stay spry as you age. To stay healthy, active, and fit as you age, incorporating these essential stretches into your daily routine is a powerful strategy. From improving both flexibility and mobility to reducing the risk of injuries and alleviating pain, the anti-aging benefits are undeniable. You'll also want to check out my video on the best anti-aging exercises to build your strength and muscles at any age.